Let us do some exorcism. Desktop. Start that up. No.
Oh, beautiful.
I wish they'd come up with a way to make that not happen.
I wonder if that's even possible
I,
to make that not happen.
I guess you could. I don't know. I'd like to have the Google Hangout functionality without having to see the video feed so that it doesn't. Yeah, I guess. I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose, though. What's the point of having a video call without a video? I don't know. Yeah, you might be
like,
right. It might not be
like,
possible.
I guess you could probably figure out a way to stop that from happening if you had two monitors hooked up to your computer. But
Yeah.
yeah, like so you have the Google Hangout screen on one monitor, and then Exorcism opened on like another monitor, and you share the second monitor.
That makes sense. Oh, we're on Beer Song. That is excellent for a Friday night. All right. Is this going to be 99 bottles of beer on the wall?
I feel like it is.
So
I think I did this in Python.
it is 99 bottles of beer on the wall. It even comes with the full lyrics of the song. Oh my goodness. You know, I think that Katrina Owen, who runs Exorcism, and Sandy Metz, who's in the Ruby community, that she wrote the practical object-oriented design in Ruby. I think
Mm-hmm.
they were coming out with a book called, or something to do with writing 99, like a study, in-depth study of 99 bottles of beer on the wall and how it relates to object-oriented programming. So
Huh.
after doing this, it might be interesting to see. I don't think the book's out yet, but I think it's something that they're working on.
That'd be interesting to see.
Exactly. And it's promising for this study to see what we can get out of it. I hope I have Lanigan installed. I think I installed it because I did the reformatting of my computer recently. We will find out shortly if I have Lanigan installed.
Oh, okay. Here it is. I was like, I know I did it.
But did you do this one already?
I didn't do it in Clojure, and I didn't do this exorcism. I don't even know if it's a Python exorcism challenge. I did this when I was first like starting Python because I wanted to see if I could do it. I will put the link.
Okay, yeah, please do.
Yeah, that right
Okay, looks like I have Lanigan installed because I got this error, which means that it tried to run the tests.
there. Right. I did it. I did two different ways. So there's a while loop and there's a for loop.
Neither of which are really Clojure.
Right.
True.
Right. It's definitely not like functional programming. Definitely Python and C style.
That is very true. Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that we need to create a beersong.clj file.
That sounds like a good guess.
Touch the beer song. Run the test again. Could not locate. Oh, I put it in the wrong place because this is Clojure. We need to put it in the source directory.
Mm-hmm.
I need to move. So such namespace beer song. Let's create a namespace of beer song. Oh, I never went into that. And if I remember correctly, that's just NS here song.
Yeah.
No such var. Beer song verse. Okay. I'm assuming that's going to be a function verse that we're going to make within the namespace beer song.
That seems reasonable.
But it's been in the past, so let's give that a shot. The FN, right? FN verse. Is that how do you say that? Is that def n or def?
I say
Define?
def n.
Def n. Okay. Define function, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it's short for.
Okay. So def n verse, probably some kind of parameters, maybe? I didn't see any. So if you don't have any parameters passed, you still need to pass in the vector?
I always do.
Okay. And then I suppose we could have it return here on the wall.
Was that first line an attempt at comments?
Yeah, I thought that it does that. I'll just take that out for now because I think that's getting confusing. Now, if I remember correctly, you can line REPL. And what was the command we used to load up that file? Was it just... remember what that was?
What was
It was really useful.
it was, and we were like, oh, we have to remember this because this is so useful.
What is it? Use?
Imagine use. I know it wasn't used, but imagine that worked.
Hold on, I made a note of it. Let me look real quick.
I think it was require or something like that.
It very well could have been. It's going to be in one of these two. So I have a love-hate relationship with notebooks. Hey, I've tried getting everything into one notebook, but I don't work well with that. And then I spread it out into multiple notebooks, and then I can never remember where I put things. And I haven't decided which one's better. Okay. If anyone figures it out before I go sifting through all this stuff, then please do let me know. I give up. I'm going to try Google.
I think it is require.
Is it required?
Yeah, so open paren, require, single quote, The name of the library, close paren. I don't think you need the brackets. Although the nil might mean that it worked.
Oh wait, no, it's
Yeah.
it'd work.
And I believe it was require reload.
Hmm.
That you use after you change it.
Something like that.
I do remember using a reload at one point in one
Yes,
of the things.
I do too. Alright. Well, we can cross that bridge when we come to it. It did run, and it did give us beer on the wall, so that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and test it. Oh, no. It wants Beer Song Sing. I'm gonna give it Beer Song Sing, which sounds really... It's an interesting thing to say. Beer Song Sing. I don't know what this is supposed to do.
Just return nil. And it's sing that song.
Oh, you are right.
Well, we got a different error.
Wrong number of args passed to sing. Looks like the arity is supposed to be 1, and it's... Oh, it's our starting number, I think, because we've got a 3 here. So 3 bottles of beer on the wall.
Sounds good. Sounds reasonable.
Alright, let's go with that assumption. What do we want to call this? Like burst count, or times, or something else?
I would probably go with start.
Start. Oops, that works. Okay. Nil is not equal to 3 bottles of beer on the wall, 3 bottles of beer, take one down, pass it around, 2 bottles of beer on the wall. 2 bottles of beer on the wall, 2 bottles of beer, take one down, pass it around, 1 bottle of beer on the wall, etc. Go to the store, buy some more 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Wow, so that's a lot to get in there, but...
I'm also noticing that we got errors too.
we did get errors. We can go take a look at those. Wrong number of args to verse. But maybe that's the same thing. That's the verse we're on?
Probably.
What do we want to call this one?
Number?
Only 1 error this time. So apparently, Beer Song Sing can receive 2 arguments. What does that look like? I wonder. We'll just let it the second argument. I think that is that. It's just going to dump any additional arguments into kind of like args
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
in like Python. Okay, so we got 6 failures, no errors now.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, doing tests really makes you appreciate errors, which is something you never thought that you would do. I mean, not errors, appreciate failures. Sorry,
Yeah.
wrong word. Because it means that you're not getting errors. Right, so I'm thinking that up here is probably going to be a good place to start. 8. So this is with verse. So the verse kicks out this specific verse.
There's going to be a lot going on. I mean, more than one bottle has to be take one down. If it's only one bottle, it's take it down.
Yeah. Let's focus on just one of the standard verses for now, like 8 bottles of beer on the wall. So that's going to be a little typing.
Why don't you go over to split into a new pane, open up the test, and
Ooh,
copy.
yeah, that is an excellent idea. Let's see. So, Tmux.
Don't do it in Tmux. Just do it in Vim.
How do I make a new pane in Vim?
:sp space, and then the name of the file you want to open. So test/beer song,
Beer
and if you
song.
hit tab, it should finish it.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
And Control W, and then the direction will let you move from one pane to another.
Yeah, that's spiffy. I've never done that before. Okay, so I can... That's pretty much, that whole thing is what we want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do I close that?
Go back to it, and then :Q.
Okay, so just normal. That was beautiful. How many times I've tried to do something like that?
I usually just do it GUI style and have 6,000 million windows open, and then my computer starts crying because it's running out of space.
The problem with that is that then you can't copy and paste from one of them to another.
Right.
Yeah.
No, the way we did it just now is definitely way more efficient.
Okay. So this is a naive implementation of verse, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if it at least passes the 8 bottles of beer test.
It better.
Yes, it passed. Okay, but now we need to make it pass the 2 bottles of beer test, or 1 bottle of beer test. Let's do 2, because I think that one's a little less difficult. So instead of 8, we wanted to say 2, and instead of 7, we wanted to say 1. So this becomes is this the correct way to do that part? So if we do this again, will it actually output 1, 1? Oh no, here's the actual part. Okay, so it is putting the correct number here and here by doing that.
Yep.
Okay, so then this becomes... I can just do this. That's a little more readable. And then this is what, number or minus or decrement.
Yeah.
And that should be our basic implementation for the verses that aren't special.
Right. Agreed.
Okay, let's give that a shot.
Is that the same?
Did we get 6 failures?
We got 5, I think.
Um,
Yeah, we didn't get it right for 2.
Because at the end it says 1 bottles of beer on the wall.
Oh. Yeah, that's it.
This just keeps getting better.
It does. It is a unique challenge.
We should open up an issue to correct the grammar. 1 bottles.
Is that the right way to do it? It's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Or like the way that I've addressed this in the past is just doing this. There, 1 bottles of beer on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is that we create a new function called pluralize or something like that, and then all we do is we pass it the number that we're currently trying to express, and it will come out with either bottle or bottles, and maybe even the number associated with it, so that we can just punch that in. So let's try implementing that. What do we want to call this? Bottleizer? Pluralize? Okay. Cool, I'll go with that one, Derek. I don't know, sometimes I come up with crazy method names, and I don't want to go too off the rails here. So, is it always plural unless it's 1?
I want to say yes.
What about 0?
0 bottles of beer on the wall. 0 bottle of beer on the wall.
But
It would be 0 bottles, I guess, right? No bottles of beer on the wall?
I think the song does no bottles of beer on the wall.
Okay, so...
Or am I getting ahead of us?
Yeah, let's do an if, and then we can change it to a cond or a case if we need to.
Okay.
Okay, so then it's if... what are we using here? Is it equals?
Yeah.
Okay, so equals... Do you know if there's a convention here? Do I put the number that I'm trying to compare to first or second, or does it matter?
I doubt it matters. I don't know if there's a convention.
Okay. I will say 1 and number, just because in like TDD you put the expected first and then the actual as convention. I don't know if that holds true in Clojure or not, but we'll go with the convention I know. If 1 is number, then we want to output string 1 or double. Wait, do we want to include the number here, or do we want to do that separately?
I'd include the number there because it looks like everywhere we've got bottles, it's right after number.
Okay, so let's do number.
And I think you're going to need a space in there.
At the end there?
I
Or
meant
at the beginning. You're right, you're right. Do we want one at the end, or do we want to leave that space out?
I probably wouldn't, but I'm not inherently opposed.
I'll go with no space. And to trust Derek's instincts.
I usually do.
So then this is just that space at the beginning. What ice cream I hear?
It is me scraping the bowl, because I gotta have every last drop.
So you're not eating directly out of the Ben & Jerry's carton?
Ben & Jerry's wasn't on sale, so
Oh, okay.
I went with Friendly's.
Friendly's? I've never heard of that brand. What is that?
No?
No.
They're a restaurant chain, right? Diner, restaurant, whatever you want to call it. But they also make ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. They make all regular flavors and then crazy flavors like black raspberry.
Interesting.
And I do believe it was black raspberry, not blackberry.
Have you had Friendly's, Derek?
Yeah.
Huh.
I was sort of surprised that you hadn't heard of it before.
No. I mean, I know they have different ice cream flavors here than back on the West Coast, so maybe it's just a regional thing. I know here Bluebell ice cream is the brand to get because it's made here in Texas and it's really good.
But it's more that I was surprised you hadn't heard of the restaurant.
No, I haven't heard of that either.
I assumed that it was on the scale of like Denny's, where everybody it sort of popped up all across the country.
Huh.
Speaking of Denny's, real quick, very random. I
Yeah.
had gone to Alaska for summer vacation 2 years ago, I think. And my family, ate at the northernmost Denny's. It said it right there on the sign.
Oh, wow. They keep
Nice.
track of that. Nice.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's really random that they put a Denny's all the way up here, like a couple of miles away from the Arctic Circle.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, really. And they all look the same.
I never spell restaurant correctly.
Apparently, Friendly's is just an East Coast thing.
Really?
Yeah,
New
it looks
England-
pretty tasty.
New England, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, North and South Carolina, and Florida.
Well, I didn't even take that into consideration.
So here in Texas, they have this. They have Denny's, of course. They have this place called Jim's.
And by the way, Friendly's food is about the same quality as Denny's, so you go there for the ice cream.
okay, yeah, Jim's is like a Denny's too. But I guess this is just San Antonio and Austin, so this is like a really local thing. But these are like just as common as Denny's here. But the kind of ice cream that you find everywhere is Bluebell. And they just recently opened back up. They got shut down for some food scare stuff.
That's
But-
always.
Like everyone was devastated because everyone went to the store and there's no Bluebell. And then when they started back up, like the shelves were empty and they had to limit the number of cartons that you bought.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't care if I'm going to get dysentery. I need my ice cream.
that's right. That is absolutely correct. They have a flavor list here. They have some pretty good flavors. Oh, here we go. I mean, it's not a Ben and Jerry's, but for a like just basic ice cream, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a place around here in Buffalo that does the craziest ice cream flavors that I've ever heard of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like weird compared to Ben and Jerry's.
Okay, so there's a place here that does that too, and I went there. I think it's called Lick. Yes, they're based in Austin, but they have a thing here. I had. Let me see if I can find. Okay, so everyday seasonal. Is this the kind of thing they have? Is so Texas sheet cake, dark chocolate with olive oil and sea salt.
Yeah,
Goat cheese. I had this one, and it was really good. Goat cheese, thyme, and honey.
yeah. There, I shared the link.
Okay.
I like that lake effect.
We own that idea.
Yeah.
You got chicken and waffles? Is that ice cream?
Chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken and waffles is
Oh my goodness.
the best flavor ever.
I want chicken and waffles ice cream.
Chicken and waffles, everything. Chicken and waffles chips. It's just great.
Wait, couch potato flavored ice cream. What is that?
Vanilla with peanut butter and caramel swirls, and then chocolate covered potato chips.
What?
There's a whiskey brown sugar. The Blue Moon that they're talking about there is the beer. They use it to make the ice cream.
Oh wow. I want some of this. Now I want ice cream.
Sweet cherry Merlot.
Okay, what is date at the zoo flavored ice cream?
I don't know.
I'm picturing something like cherries and dirty straw flavor, or chocolate strawberry and I don't know, leather
Nickel City?
or
Nickel
cheese
City
or
Heat?
something. I don't know. Nickel
Buffalo
City?
is known as the Nickel City. Buffalo Nickels.
Buffalo Nickels. Oh, okay, I didn't. Right over my head. Oops.
Yeah, when I first moved here, I needed someone to explain it to me.
Glog?
Yeah, I can't necessarily explain these.
Hey, I want to go to this place. If I ever am in the area, I will have to check that out. So, Lick is great ice cream, but it doesn't have as crazy of flavors.
Bourbon chocolate. All right, Clojure.
Yeah, Clojure. Here, I'll just throw this out here. We got diverted.
Such a big detour.
That was a big detour. Back to Clojure. Okay, so pluralize. We have that. Let's plug it back into our verse. And so this is going to be pluralize number. We need our space here.
Yep.
Ice cream. So I'm really starting to enjoy the elegance of this whole functional thing where you just kind of say, okay, so run this first, and then we'll pass that along to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how we did. Only 4 failures.
Oh, beautiful. Now, let's see.
So 1 bottle of beer on the wall. 1 bottle of beer. Take 1 down and pass it around versus take
Right.
it down. No more bottles of beer. So 0 is no more. I think that was something Derek said.
Right.
Yeah.
And we also need to
Ne-
do it or
Do you see this next test right underneath?
no.
Oh, or is that what we printed out? No, that's what we printed out. Okay. I was going to say, how do you have negative bottles of beer on the wall?
-1 bottles of beer on the wall. That's what happens when you drink too much beer. Okay. So yeah, I think we need to change this to. Is it conned or case or something else?
There is conned. Is there a case? There might be case 2.
I don't think there is a case. I think it's just conned.
Okay, so let's do conned. And then this is. Does this go in a vector or is this just straight up 1?
No. It's a test. So it's open paren equals 1 number, close paren.
Oh, okay. So like so.
Yep. So if that's true, we're going to return that one.
This is that.
Yep.
And then this is 0 number.
No bottles.
I guess we can just do this, right? No more bottles. Oh wait, I need.
Don't think the more is in there.
That's not there.
Right. Yeah, that looks good.
I think.
Survey says
4 failures.
still got 4 failures.
-1 bottles of beer on the wall. No bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, it did work.
1 bottle of beer on the wall. 1 bottle of beer. Take. Oh, we still got this thing here. The it.
Oh yeah.
It.
And you were right. There is a more in there, and no is not capitalized.
Oh no! We want it. We want it.
And we probably want to figure out this -1.
Oh.
Right?
It's capitalized here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just stick with for now. We'll just make it not capitalized, and we'll add the more.
Huh.
This gets really interesting. See how they could write a book on this. Oh, we also know that we need to change this to. How are we going to address this 1 versus it?
Throw an if in there?
So. If.
Just throw the if right in the middle.
Sure, why not?
Then it. Otherwise. Oh, wait, I don't need a comma. Otherwise.
1.
1. should work.
Yep.
Let's see what it does. In.
Yeah.
My fingers hit the right keys finally. All right.
Oh, beauty.
We got that working.
Still get -1.
No more bottles of beer on the wall. No more bottles of beer.
So
Go to the store and buy some more.
-1 bottles of beer on the wall.
It's almost like we need to just keep deconstructing this. Okay. So which one do we want to tackle first? The capitalization or the variation at the end?
Let's go with the variation at the end because I think that will be easier to handle.
Okay. What approach do you want to take to this? Do you want to separate out that whole generation of that end of the verse into its own thing, or use an if?
I think we're gonna have to.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean by separate it out?
So do we want to make a function that generates this last part and then conditionally makes it, if it gets past a 0, then it goes and returns this verse. Otherwise, it returns this variation.
I don't think we need to do that, but we can if you want to.
Okay. Well, the alternative is doing an if.
Inline it.
Okay. So let's try the inline if first and see how it looks. That's going to be here, right?
Yeah.
So it's that same test, right? If. Oh, no, this one's 0.
That XKCD is hysterical.
Oh, I've seen the Python one. I don't think I've seen the list one. Last night I just stopped reading a list book. Suddenly I was bathed in a suffusion of blue. At once, just like they said, I felt a great enlightenment. I saw a naked structure of Lisp code unfold before me. Patterns and meta patterns danced, syntax faded, and I swam in the purity of quantified conception of ideas manifest. Truly, this was the language from which gods wrought the universe. No, it's not. I mean, yes, honestly, we hacked into Perl. That's funny. That's very funny. Ah! Okay. Back to this. So
we need that verse for if it's 0.
and we'll put that here. So we need to then do a string here, return something, and and then we need to probably add some more nodes. And this is going to be go to the store and buy some more 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Period. I guess we don't need a string in there.
No, but I think you need a new line.
At the end?
Yeah.
Does that look right?
I think so.
Alright, see what it says. Oops.
Ugh.
Well, we still got the capitalization thing, but this...
Oh, but it seems
Looks
much
good.
better, right?
Yeah, this
that
does look
looks
good.
right.
Okay, so now we deal with this capitalization. thinking. There's probably a function that capitalizes.
Would you care to guess what the name of that function is?
Is it up? Is it dot
Capitalize?
capitalize?
It's capitalize.
Okay.
And it's in Clojure.string.
Okay, so we're going to need to. So there's a way to import it from here in the namespace, right?
Correct.
And it's require not maybe.
I think the yeah, I think that's right.
But the problem here is that we're going to capitalize bottles and
Put it outside no. It capitalizes, converts the first character of the string to uppercase, all other characters to lowercase.
we only want to act on this word right here. So we need to pull the number out of pluralize.
No. You can,
Or we could add a capitalize.
you can add capitalize to, into verse, because it's just going to capitalize the first word.
Oh, okay. All right. So do I just dot capitalize, or do I need to Clojure string dot or slash dot capitalize?
It looks like Clojure.string/capitalize.
Is it capitalized?
No. Oh, the irony.
So like that.
I believe so.
All right, let's see what happens.
Oh man, I saw that one coming. Why though? I don't know.
Libnames inside prefix list must not contain periods? It's a require, I think.
I think we ran into this problem the last time.
Exception to main found libname Clojure string containing period with prefix quote. Libnames inside prefix list must not contain periods. That? What do I use instead? A slash?
Maybe.
That? Or do I just say string?
No, I think you're supposed to say closure. Like closure string.
Maybe?
No periods? I guess you could try a slash. I want to find the person whose job it was to write these error messages.
Not locate string. And then string. It doesn't know what it is. So it's not slash. Maybe we don't need a require. Maybe it just knows that
No.
Clojure string is something.
Right. I think you could do just closure.string/capitalize like you did. That should work.
So we'll try
I
that.
think importing or whatever we were trying to do with the Clojure.string would
Yes.
stop you from having to use Clojure.string in front of capitalize.
And you're absolutely correct. We don't need to require. Because we're referencing it with a fully qualified name, I guess. Okay.
And all of our verse tests pass.
Awesome.
Now the song tests.
Okay. Oh, so this is a start and an end.
Ah.
But the
Okay.
end is optional.
The end is optional.
So let's focus on this one first. I think this makes more sense to do first. And that's just counting down from our start to the end. So we want to loop starting at start down to 0. And I'm sure there's a very elegant mechanism to do that. I just can't think of what it is. Is it while? While start? No, while is not something that's Clojure-y.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is recursion in the function you pass the... You have a logic fork that says when the verse number is 0, return your output, otherwise return your verse and the next verse, or whatever that construct is. So you get the recursion going. So like something like don't laugh. Think of this.
Oliver Hardy.
Zero, then something otherwise. It's totally not going to work.
Well, the logic that, like, the way it was planned out, that's the way I was thinking of doing it with the recursion.
I mean, we can...
But that might not be. I mean, obviously this needs some fleshing out, but that I think would do it. Except we're going to need to call verse in there somewhere.
And I'm also not seeing why you are, why you've created a new function, singverse.
That's a good question. I don't know why I created so I could call it.
Okay, well, why don't we just call sing?
I don't know. Good question. Oh, I like that it highlights my extra paren.
And you're going to want to pass in more to sing there.
Yeah. And this is where I start getting confused because we have to keep that that method signature here. Maybe that's why I had an extra function.
No, we can make this work with just the one function.
Well, then
So it's just
tell me what to
saying,
do.
okay, so make that one sing on that line.
Okay, this one here.
After your close paren for the deck number, space more. Okay, so now we're passing in the same second argument that we did before.
Okay. Where in this do we actually sing the verse? Should this here be? No.
I think before that, at the beginning of that line, maybe open paren str verse start verse start's going to need to be in parens. Yeah.
So number this should be start.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and here this is. We don't need this. No, but we need something to. We need a way to stop when we get to 0.
Yeah, I think we just want to put verse start there.
Okay.
We want to change that number to start.
Yes.
And should that when be an if?
Yeah, I'm thinking you're right. See what happens. Oh, we got a lot of output. That's good.
Is it?
I think so.
He's like, is it though?
Okay, so here's what we actually got, and that's what we expected. It looks about the same. So 3 bottles of beer on the wall. 3 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around. 2 bottles of beer on the wall. New line.
Oh.
Oh, they do 2 new lines.
Oh, you crafty person.
That shouldn't be a problem. We should be able to do that in the recursion.
Okay, so then here we add a new line, right?
Yeah.
And put a new one there. Oh.
Yes!
Ah, beauty.
That was beautiful, Derek. So now we just need to stop it from counting down all the way to the end. So that's another. That's not even another if. That's just replacing 0 with. So this is. I think more is going to be a list. Is there a better way to do this so it's not a list?
Well, you can do the dual function definitions.
Okay.
So,
Is that with cond, or how would you do that?
No. Just a second. I need to remember how to do this.
Okay. Basically, that second parameter just need. Is there a way to default the value of that parameter if it's not handed in?
I don't
Like,
think
like if this was
so.
Python, we'd do like end equals 0, right? Something like that. I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
End equals 0. What is this, Python?
No.
I was going to say, what is this, Python?
Oh no, more. That's actually, it didn't choke on it. What is this Python? This would become end. Unable to resolve end in this context. Does end mean something?
Does it? Maybe. I mean,
Yeah, well, let's choose something that's not going to be.
Alright, so here is how we can do it with the two function definitions.
haha. There's recursion. Oh,
It doesn't know what
we
that
broke
is.
it.
We broke it. Where's you didn't pass the link?
Oh, no.
Okay. You're gonna tell me what to do. Hopefully.
I can pass the link.
Oh, that's fine. I am happy to type
There you
in
go.
what you got. Oh, okay. We can do that too.
So if you scroll down to the first answer,
Here.
they basically define two different functions, one with one argument and one with two arguments.
Okay. So would that be something like
I think
that's
that
just
string pointing to integer is the name of the function.
I think you're right. Kind of what? Where do you pass? Oh, it doesn't even. You don't even do that. You just go.
And now the argument's down there.
Did you karaoke? Oh, oh, oh. I don't like the way karaoke spelled. Think I am going to make a ticket in Oxford and petition to get the spelling changed.
You
And now we
don't like it?
and now we just need to change that 0 in karaoke.
The final verse. Or yeah.
Yeah.
Can't resolve sing in this context. Oh, this is karaoke. It worked. So now I have to do something.
Are you going to do the whole damn thing?
Of course I'm going to do the whole thing. Song sing.
I believe it's slash.
99. Boom. Yes.
Oh, yes.
That is quite the wall of text.
Did you see how quickly it sang that whole song?
Even the Micro Machines guy couldn't do it that fast.
That's right. And bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around, 98 bottles of beer on the... Yeah, look at that. It's the whole thing. That is a work of art.
I like that. Go to the store and buy some more. Work of art.
You
I
know,
don't think I ever made it to the end of that song.
I don't think I did either. Right. Well, let's go back over here. We can submit this. No, not Clojure. Right. Well, we completed that challenge. Do you want to do something else, or are we good for the night?
It's probably time to be good for the night.
Okay. There was a little hesitation there, so maybe if there's time, we can kick something off a little later than we can.
Oh. SKCD has done more Lisp comics.
Oh. Okay.
Let's
Where are they? Yeah, let me turn off the... Stop, 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 stop. Stop.
You're like, please stop. It's just over.
Lisp is over half a century old, and it still has this perfect timeless air about it.
Elegant weapons for a more civilized age.
That's wonderful. I like it.
We had a stack of parens like that from just this one challenge.
We did. We had quite a few parens. Actually, that is something to look at real quick. Now that we've done it, let's go look and see how other people have implemented it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the part I always forget about. It is so interesting. Dashboard. Beer song Clojure. Where's the... I always forget how to get to the part where you can see other people's stuff. Here we go. Clojure.
I think you could go to exercises, right? At the top, maybe?
Yeah, here, hold on. Let me...
Yeah.
Let me turn this back on for a minute. No. No, that's the wrong. Here we go. Clojure.
Oh yeah, exercise is right there next to the bell.
Yep.
Yeah.
So beer song. Let's take a look at a couple others real quick and see how they differed from ours. I'm gonna go with Psyduck.
Yes. Psyduck.
Oh, there's a
That thing that you
colon.
tried to do. Colon require.
And they could do a dot when they did a colon require.
Mm-hmm. Go to this.
Cond P.
If zero question mark.
What is Cond P?
I was just gonna say, what is cond P?
So they're able to default the condition. This is like a case when in SQL. You can do it both ways, where you're always comparing a value to a set of values.
So
instead of saying equals and 0, they're just able to say, okay, I'm always comparing to n. If it's this, or if it's this, and here's my default.
Right, that's interesting. Huh.
I like that. And they just used capitalized. They didn't.
Well, they included it.
Yeah, because they did that whole thing in the namespace up there.
Oh, yeah, here it is, huh?
Capitalized join. Although I always did enjoy, like even in Python, including some of so if you were using a lot of functions from the math library, you would import math and include math. To me, it helped let you keep track of what you were doing.
Yeah, that's a good. It seems like when I was first reading that what I was reading said use the from module import function or method style, but then as I started using that, it seemed like people were saying no, you want to import the namespace or the module and then use that to refer so you don't get your stuff mixed up. And it almost seems like there's two camps there, or I just don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing.
I think there's two camps there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's two different camps.
Okay.
The one that really irritates me is the from library import star.
Oh, that's god awful.
Just pollute my namespace.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I do find that really handy in test files. So if I am testing a module, I want all that stuff.
Right.
But as can help there too. So maybe you could do like import whatever module as system under test or sut or something, and that way you always know. So yeah, that's probably a better way of doing it. I think this is interesting here. Rather than we were saying equals 0, this is a 0 function, which is, I think, easier to read.
Mm-hmm.
And here they did the multiple versions without having to resort to karaoke,
and they used map.
And they did use map rather than recursion.
Because they had the range operator.
Mm-hmm.
So that gets them that list.
Yep.
That makes sense. I like that. Let's look at another one. Which one do we want to look at?
Who knows?
I want Mega Man.
I was gonna say, you gotta do Mega Man. Uh-oh. He cheated. No, he didn't. I'm joking.
No, he didn't.
No, I know I'm joking.
Although I thought that maybe this was like all the verses together.
Yeah.
Okay, so case. So it requires Clojure string as str. So this is like the Python as requirement.
I don't
Huh.
know. I don't know. Is his way more efficient, or it's just different?
It's more readable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all just special cases, and then it always works out.
Because 0 and 1 are the interesting cases, and then everything else is just a general case.
Right. And map versus range from deck 2 seems to be a trend.
Yeah, I'm seeing that trend too. And I like. I think this is what I was trying to reach for, but like Derek said, we didn't know how to make a list out of a
Yeah.
beginning and an end. All right, let's go with another one. Let's try. How about the dog with the bow? Okay, so this is similar, except they're including 2 because of that the pluralize on here.
Oh yeah.
Interpose. I wonder what that does. It's probably a join. Let's see.
Returns a lazy sequence of the elements of collection separated by separator.
Okay. So it is
Returns
kind of like a join.
Yeah, I don't see. Oh, join probably isn't lazy.
Oh no. Interpose. It's stick something between each element in a list. I think.
Yeah, it looks like it. It inserted the
The
comma.
comma. Yeah. And then apply string. So that's taking that list, and that's what's doing the actual join.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Is there an interpose in Python?
I don't know.
I mean, there's obviously the string function join, which is, I think, why our minds kind of jumped to that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I lied. One more. We'll try red shirt.
We're all gonna die.
Oh.
Okay, so this is like our bottle pluralize function.
Right.
Hmm.
His was more along the lines of what we did, and then the other cases, the other examples we were just looking at, they all kind of just used the two functions, verse and sing, and called it a night.
Yep. And this is the direction that we decided not to go with that second part. The go to the store, buy some more versus take one down and pass it around.
Yes. Yeah. Right. He almost did the same exact thing. Uppercase first character.
Is that a function?
Did he make it a function? Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Why didn't he just... Oh.
I didn't know about capitalize. Reverse. Let verse numbers reverse range.
He doesn't know that he can do range backwards. Everybody else had a -1 at the end of it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he's got the range from end to start, and he reverses it to get it in the order for the song.
Oh, I didn't even notice that about the other ones. That it had a -1. So that counts from.
I don't.
Oh, because range expects the low first, and then it goes up to high, but the song expects the high first, it goes to low.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to Mega Man here and see what you're saying about the. Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah, -1.
-1.
What was his first iteration? This was the second time around. What did his first one look like?
Looks
Similar.
similar.
Yeah, he didn't really change much except for the how many right there.
I think it's more
Yeah.
readable with the con P.
Yeah.
Or no, it's not a con P, it's a case. But you have that there as opposed to this, which kind of blends together.
Alright, so he just switched con for case.
Yep.
Yeah. Nothing too different.
Yet it's amazing how much of a difference that makes in readability.
It does.
Yeah.
This is.
Performance-wise, it probably wouldn't do much, right? It's,
I think it's about the same.
Yeah, I think it's more about the readability.
I disagree.
Okay.
The case is probably going to look at how many, and then look at the possible values. Whereas the other one is going to do more comparisons.
Okay, so this one is going to at most have 3 comparisons per time?
You're getting into the implementation details, and I'm basing this off of C.
Okay.
In C, when there's a switch statement, which is the equivalent of case, it actually does a lookup table in the assembly code and performs jumps based off of that. So it does a hash lookup effectively, and then based off of that, it decides how far to jump ahead in the code.
Wow, I never really thought of the implementation of a case, how it works. That's interesting. I just always assumed, oh, this is a case, it does this.
Well, and that's the reason why in some languages, case is preferred over a whole bunch of if-else ifs.
Yeah. Well, cool. I'm going to go ahead and bust out with some, what is it, sugar.
Oh, you see what you did there? You were able to bring up the Google Hangout screen, but Derek's X-Man symbol was showing, so there was no recursion.
Awesome.
So we just need to make sure someone's talking when he does that.
Right.
Let me go ahead and turn off the broadcast. Hope anyone that watches this enjoyed it.
Yes.